Hello, everyone, and I've got a fun week planned for myself this week. So, we've got 8 40-gallon breeders. Boom, boom, boom. I've been working on, and the last two that need tackled are up here at the top. Look at that. We got a blue jelly tank, and we've got an orange tank. Today's project is going to be this orange tank. So this tank had been going along perfectly smooth, and the moss just kept getting growing taller and taller and taller. And we got this thing up here. So look at all this algae. Look at all this moss. Look at that beautiful crypt. So what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to take out all this moss, pull out all the algae. Then we're going to cull the shrimp really good. And then we'll put this thing back together, and like we've done in some of my other tanks lately, we're going to try to bring some order to make this easier to manage. Alrighty, let's get this party started. I'm going to see what happens when I pull this mess out. Look at this. Oh my god. This is insane. This is not even like, I don't know how to describe this. I've never seen moss this thick. Never. Never have I had moss get this thick. 'Cause usually, this much light, it'll end up getting algae well before this point. So this tank was super happy just a little bit ago. And then the algae said, nah, we don't like it no more. Now this whole clump is just full of algae and moss. It's very bizarre. And this filter in here, it's a good thing I got some extra sponge filters. I have one of my old fine sponges. It's one of the last ones I got. So that means it's probably, I haven't got a fine sponge in probably 6 years. I'll show you guys a close-up of this when we get to this point. I'll have to replace that sponge. See all those little shrimpy guys? Alright, if I get too busy on this algae in the metal, I am going to sort this clump out that was growing up by the filter. Yeah, that's all dirty moss. Ew. Every single bit of that is no bueno. This great big huge chunk. But we will have plenty of good moss in here. I am sure of that. I'm standing on a ladder doing this. Oh, this will be fun. I might fall and break my neck too. So there's always that. I think I'm getting too old to be standing on ladders with my head stuck between an 8-inch gap between the top of the tank and the ceiling. So, I've said it before and I'll say it again. 4 40-gallon highs, or 4 40-gallon breeders stacked on top of each other with an 8-foot ceiling is something I won't be doing again. That is a no bueno situation. This moss is just so thick. I've never seen this moss. Well, I've never had this moss in this much light before either. Keep my head and face out of the cobwebs that are up here by the ceiling. Oh my god. Yeah, this is all clean moss back here in the back corner, back here by this crypt. We'll be leaving the crypt alone. Oh, there's a lot of shrimpies in there. Wow. This tank is not in too bad a shape, really. These tanks, like, they're so hard to get at. I've tried, when I do them, I try to get them as good as I can get them. And hopefully I only got to mess with them once a year. I mean, I'm still up here dealing with shrimp and stuff, but this tank is still, even with the algae, this tank is so healthy. Like you can just, it smells like fresh, clean dirt. That's exactly what this tank smells like. Fresh, clean, tilled garden. Smells like the earth. So we know this tank is doing good. We just gotta make it so we can manage our critters here and the shrimp in here easier. That's all we're doing, because this tank, we're probably hurt the tank health a little bit, to be honest. But, and what good is the shrimp if you can't catch them, can't sort them? In the end, I am breeding shrimp to sell, and that's how I make my living. So we gotta be able to manage the shrimp. As much as all this natural stuff is fun to look at, I still gotta manage my shrimpies. Tell you what, other than a few oddball red ones, the shrimp in here look pretty freaking good. I'm gonna let this settle down a while. It's all really stirred up. But look at all the little shrimpies in here. So what I'm gonna try to do in here, it's not completely, this is still pretty clean. Look how clean all this is over here. I'm gonna try to vacuum out some of this stuff. But we're gonna let it settle for a little bit. Look at this filter. The old soft fine filter is starting to fall apart. So here it is after letting it sit for about 20 minutes. Look at all these really good orange shrimp. There are some reds that we need to look for, and then there are some of these greenish looking wilds. I don't see any right now, but I just saw one a little bit ago. Ooh, that's a good one. There's some real good ones. That's a nice looking one. Let's see. That crypt is going to be getting. They take a while to get to this point, but then when they get to this point, it seems like they explode. That'll be the next problem I'll be facing in the next 6 months to a year, is dealing with that crypt. Okay. Next thing on the list is taking out the filter. And look at this old fine sponge filter. I said I was going to talk about it later. It is literally disintegrating. It is one of the fine ATI ones. Like some of the ATI size 5 sponges are like $10, the coarse ones, and then some of them are like $3.73. And this is one of the $3.73 ones. But I got 6 years out of it. That sponge is as old as the tank. I started off with a fine and a coarse, and this is one of my last fines left. Oh God! Oh, trying not to die. Standing on this ladder. All right, we got the. Be prepared to see this great big scary pleco. She has lived in here. She was a pleco born in the guppy pond. And she's one of my first batches of babies. Ooh, look at this thing. Holy crap. I don't see the pleco. Where'd you go? This thing is nasty. Holy smokes. Look at all them shrimp coming off of there. So I'm trying to do a siphon with the hose, and I'll show you what I got going on in here. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to try to do this with a siphon. Here it comes. I can hear it. Make sure we got it. Alright, now it's time to go vacuum the tank. Well, and here we are. I got a great big water change. I was trying to video that part of it, and the hose just kept clogging up. I ended up having the hose clog up on me like 3 or 4 times. It ended up just me doing a bunch of cussing and crying, and no one wants to watch that mess. So, but we do have 90% of the mug vacuumed out. We have the old nasty filter, this old one falling apart replaced. The one that we kept, we cleaned out real good. And so now we're going to slowly fill this tank back up. That'll be the first thing. Well, we'll slowly fill it up enough that we can get the filter in again. We'll do that. So I managed to cull quite a few. I made a huge dent. I didn't get them all, but I made a huge dent. We've got about 70. I roughly counted them out to about 50. Then I added some more. So I'm going to say there's about 50. You can tell the wild green looking ones I say pop up in my greens like that. Then you've got the reds. And mostly just a bunch of really low quality oranges, but most of them are reds. So that's what I pull out. Some of the reds are even like really good. Like, how bizarre. Look at that male. Even has red legs. Crazy. Alright, so while we're gotta do something with these guys have been in here for a little bit. I've been calling. We'll put them in the Skittles tank. Alright, let's put these guys in the Skittles. Come on. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's make sure we got them all. We did. So that part of it's done. Last thing is figuring out how we want this to look. And here we are, 10 hours later. This definitely ended up being a full day project. This is what we ended up with. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, this one was a struggle. Having to climb on the ladder, being up here. That's the ceiling. Always makes things way harder. And I did another round of calling, and look at some of these ones I found. Some people think I'm crazy when I talk about greens coming from oranges, but look at that right there. Those are really green shrimp coming out of the oranges. Thought that was interesting. So, there you have it. We got this 40-gallon in the books, hopefully. Not to come in here and trim up the moss here and there. That's the last big thing. We got to do this tank for a while. The next another 6 months to a year, this thing will be a monstrosity. And that'll be the next time I got to be up here digging up this tank. So, thank you guys for watching. Bye.